Everybody, and welcome to the 1224 podcast. I'm Kait.
And I'm Shay.
We're here to talk to you about everything animation. Welcome, everybody, to our season finale. After 11 episodes, we're finally here.
Yeah, it's been a year or two.
Honestly,
it's been a while. This season lasted a while.
Yes, exactly.
Which, granted, makes a lot of sense.
Yes. You know, college and figuring stuff out and being unemployed. It's so awesome. It's so awesome to be adults, everybody.
It's so great. I love the economy.
Economy that we're in right now is so great.
Yeah, I love the state of our beautiful, beautiful country.
Everything is awesome. Lego movie.
Like a movie.
Lego movie. That's how we're starting. Awesome.
This is a great intro. We're so good at this. I'm so proud of us.
So great. I know. We're just that good. We're 3 seasons in and we know how to make a great intro. For those of you who didn't know, this was a whole joke, so because this country's a joke. Anyways, this episode's topic, it's kind of ironic that we started the season with a similar topic that's been going on for a while in the industry, and a specific announcement that just happened related to that first season premiere episode with Warner Bros. And everything. It's I feel like is it coincidence, Shay? I don't know, is it like fate? I don't know.
I think it's a coincidence because we're like, for us, like, just talking wise, I think this has been a long time coming, so...
Yeah, right. I don't know if our listeners have been informed or have been, like, you know, in tune with, like, animation community, the industry, and the state that animation is in. I think specifically in, like, America, basically. Yeah, there's just been a lot of ups and downs currently, and, like... Basically, we're talking about the future of animation and, like, why it really matters with everything that's going on as, like, technology advances in general, and maybe robots are kind of taking over, and that's scary. And a lot of, obviously, the Animation Guild's master agreement is expiring later this month, in August. So there's a lot of not issues, but there's a lot at stake basically with the industry and community itself. So yay!
Very fun. Also, I guess if you don't follow, I guess, like, personal, I don't know if that's the right word, like, personal animation news, so stuff other than, like, TV show announced, movie announced, a lot of animators, animation, like, people working in animation are out of jobs right now, which is very, very fun and not stressful at all. So, very important stuff going on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can just start with, like, what just happened recently, coming to full circle, right, with Warner Bros. Discovery, whatever you want to call it, that merger that happened. Yeah, and today they just announced that they might consider to separate, like they should have.
Oh, Warner Brothers. This is so not gelatin.
Not a sentence. I can't.
So remember how all those shows, and, like, not, and, like, to this day, have been, like, getting canceled or, like, moved around a lot because of this merger? All of this for nothing?
Oh, really? And the fact that, like, ever since Zaslav has, like, you know, making these, like, horrible decisions, they've just been losing money, like, throughout this whole thing. So it's like, what's the point?
There is genuinely, like, no point to this at all. So I think I'm just frustrated because it's like, okay, so I finally got used to, like, you know, the dumb shit that's been happening.
Yeah.
And now we want to, like, divorce. Like, this is, like, I don't know. I think it's stupid. That's really what I'm trying to say. There's a long way of me saying this is really stupid, but it was stupid from the beginning.
Yeah. More stupidity ahead, like, literally. I think most of this episode is us just gonna be, like, really frustrated and complaining about how stupid things are, honestly.
Yeah. And then I guess my other question is, too, would this not result in, like, another, like, mass show cancellation, or no? Because that's what happened with the merger.
Right.
Like, I don't know how much it would affect, like, the it probably will affect the animation side, because when the merger happened, like, everything just, like, got canceled or, like, taken out of development.
I have no idea. If this goes into effect, it'll probably do something. Like, that company has been, like, bleeding money, ending up, like, laying off so many people. Like, I saw, like, another link where Zaslav, like, laid off 1,000 workers just today. Yeah, it was...
God.
It's scary.
Usually when especially, I think nowadays when I complain about, like, cancellation of shows, especially, it's always directed towards WB, because it feels like they're the only ones who are consistently doing that at the rate that they are.
Yeah.
Which is kind of sad to see. Because, like, I think also... Okay, you know, like, that question you get, like, at some point where someone asks you, oh, do you like Nickelodeon, Disney Channel, or Cartoon Network more? I always said Cartoon Network because I just gravitated to more of the shows there. And I've watched more of the Cartoon Network shows as a kid, and they stick out to me more when I remember them and stuff. And so now it's weird to say, like, I think this is Cartoon Network's, like, worst era ever by a long shot. And, like, I was like, I'm like a person who, like, I like Cartoon Network Real, which is the most controversial, like, era. This isn't even, like, a proper era, but, like, it's so weird seeing Cartoon Network become such a shell of itself. And by extension, too, low-key, like, Adult Swim feels like that sometimes. Not necessarily because I think a lot of Adult Swim shows are bad currently. I like My Adventures with Superman. It sounds like I only watch one show on Adult Swim. I don't, I promise. Smiling Friends. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, I know I watched more, it's just not coming to me. Yeah, no, like, I have my little, like, My Adventures with Superman, Smiling Friends, watch on Mondays.
Yes.
Which, you know, is now ruined because Smiling Friends ended the season. So now it's just My Adventures with Superman, and it feels weird. I'll have them both. But,
no.
Yeah, no, like, there's good stuff coming out of, like, Adult Swim. Even, like, shows I don't follow as much anymore, like Rick and Morty. I still hear, like, pretty good things about Rick and Morty. Especially, like, with their, like, especially with the new turnover stuff. That's happened. But I think it's weird, especially just because, like, okay, like, there was one night I was like, you know, I for some reason I had, like, Cartoon Network on cable on, which, like, is such a weird statement to say for me, because I used to just be like, I used to love watching cable. I still love cable. I just hate how it's formatted on my TV currently. They're doing this thing called Checkered Past, technically on Adult Swim, where they show, like, old Cartoon Network shows, which is cool.
Oh.
Right? It's really cool, but I think, like, when I was thinking about it, and I was also thinking about, like, okay, they moved up Adult Swim time, like, the Adult Swim time again. For those who don't know, Adult Swim's, like, block has been going earlier and earlier. So basically, like, cutting in. Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
Does it start 7 or 6 now? Like, it's early now.
God,
and,
that's...
Okay, it starts at 7.
Kids are still
it starts at 7, but it
then.
used to be 8 o'clock. So it's not, like, crazy, right? Like,
1 hour difference.
Yeah, 1 hour difference is not crazy. I made it sound like they were starting at, like, 4 in the afternoon. Basically, what I'm getting at is that with this merger especially, it kind of feels like Cartoon Network itself has been, like, content for younger viewers, I should say, has been getting neglected a lot. Or, like, even, like, some for, like, older, like, Tuke and Birdie got affected by this. Too. Like, that's the reason why it got canceled after, like, its 3rd season. I miss Tuke and Birdie a lot, too. Like, if someone had asked me, like, do you think it would have lasted, considering the current state of, like, its voice actors and the stuff that happened post Tuke, I don't know, but I don't think it should have been canceled because of a merger, obviously, especially, like, because it had, like, some stuff set up, because that one didn't make it, and I think there's, like, another show that I liked that didn't make it.
That show being such a, like, feminine-heavy led show, it, you know, the politics behind, you know, Zaslav being Zaslav, and that whole, like, Warner Bros, like, male skewing, like, audience thing that popped up when the merger was happening. Yeah, like, there was a lot.
Again, like, outside Adult Swim, like, basically, like, if you can think of a Cartoon Network show that has aired in the past, like, 5 to 10 years, it's probably been canceled. Like, Craig at a Creek ended, which is weird to say. I love Craig at a Creek. But I think the thing that really got me was, the spin-off show it had got canceled also, after, like, a season. And, yeah, no, Jessica Deserves Better. From what I've seen of the show, I really liked it. It's really cute. But it's like so. They apparently they planned for more episodes and it just got canceled.
Jessica, you deserved better.
I've been frustrated since this merger. I've been frustrated, like, I mean, since today when we found out, like, uh-oh, mom and dad are getting a divorce. It's not my mom, it's not my dad. They're strangers that adopted me and I didn't want to be here. But, like, I think it's just frustrating as someone who has enjoyed Cartoon Network my whole life. Like, it sucks I talk about Cartoon Network like I would talk about Nickelodeon, low-key. Like, at certain points, because, like, my whole issue with Nickelodeon is, like, they also, like, they don't give their shows a chance, I think. Because, like, the last show that they gave enough of a chance to was The Loud House, and The Loud House aired, like, 10 years ago.
Oh my god, 10 years ago? It's been
like,
that long?
It's either 10 years or it's been almost 10 years, yeah. It's been a long time.
What the hell?
Like, this is also in terms of animation, not live action for Nickelodeon. I know, like, live action Nickelodeon, they have a lot of shows and stuff. Every time I go on Nickelodeon and there's a show that's other than SpongeBob or other than The Loud House, it's always something that only lasts like 1, maybe 2 seasons if they're lucky, or it's a spin-off of one of those 2 shows.
You're right. Yeah, like, I've never heard any other, like, original Nickelodeon show recently or ever, period, like, this past, honestly, like, past 2 years at least, or, like, you know, recently, in general, yeah.
Like, the last one I heard about, and I've watched, like, a little bit of, was Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. And I actually really like the art style of it.
Slay.
And I think recently there's a show called Rock, Paper, Scissors, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know anything about it. Oh, I mean, they also have the Monster High show, but, like, I don't... It's Monster High. It's a good show. It is a good show. I watched that. But it's still, like... Where are the shows that aren't immediately tied to a franchise already? Yeah, all this to say is that the animation side, especially for like kids to like mid-older teens, kind of a mess in my opinion. I think adult animation we're actually doing like decent. Basically, we're kind of in a really big rough spot.
Yeah.
Really big rough spot in terms of like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon, but like Nickelodeon, I would argue. Nickelodeon with a bunch of reboot shows, at least we have more shows for people to work on.
Yeah.
At least. And then like Disney has like a bunch of shows. Obviously, like I think they have a good variety of like stuff, but also I think they've been focusing a lot more on like live action reboots too. So like I feel like animation wise we have more interesting stuff going on there, personally.
Right.
That's what I'm getting at. I just think like in terms of animation, I feel like we're kind of in a slight lull. And this isn't even like getting into like streaming service shows. Because again, we do have like ones such as like Scavenger's Reign, which I still need to finish, but it's really good. Please check it out if you're able to. I don't know how many people watched it when it's on Netflix and on HBO Max. It used to be a Max original, then they canceled it on Max.
Classic, yeah.
Put it on Netflix, so depending on how many viewers it gets, we could get a season 2, but I'm not sure if we, like when the week it came out, which was in May, I'm not sure if we reached that. Yeah, Netflix got Scavenger's Reign currently, Carol and the End of the World, which I love. That was a limited series, so I don't think any more episodes will be made. However, it's a really good show. Really good show.
Those 2 are on my list. Like, I really need to sit down and watch these shows.
Yeah, Carol did make me cry.
Oh, I bet.
Like, a little bit. Not too much, because I'm tough. It's good. Yeah, this is just me recommending stuff now, because it's also because I know I'm going to complain so much. I'm going to sound like a Debbie Downer. I'm going to sound annoying. It's just because more so, I'm not frustrated at, like, the creatives.
Of course.
Or anything. I'm more so frustrated at the companies always making decisions that are screwing over people who just want to make something great and who want to share that with the masses. That's really it. That's why I will sound more annoyed than usual. That's why I'm going to be recommending stuff probably throughout this whole thing.
that. Nothing wrong with being annoyed, because, this is our space and we can, feel however we want. And especially with this topic, it's a lot. I think especially with the with these like company decisions are like screwing over people's stories and lives. And just hearing your recommendations really help. Like, at least it gives me some kind of hope, because it's like I've like the news of like animation projects being canceled over and over again has been so exhausting to hear. So yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
it's like when you were talking about like Cartoon Network and everything, I was like thinking about like the Cartoon Network building like closing and everything, and everybody, taking like a, memory, like a photo of the building before, to like say their goodbyes and everything. And that was like a specific result of the merger? I don't remember when it did close.
I think it might have been, maybe, I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
I just know like they moved to a different building, but the whole thing with the Cartoon Network building, it's like, one, it's a very iconic building in general. The thing I always think of when I think of the Cartoon Network building is like the hallway that they like draw in.
Oh, yeah.
Because like when I was a wee lad, aka 16 years old, I'm also just had like a very like intense feeling about Cartoon Network in general. 100% nostalgia and idealism. But I would like be like, oh, I would really want to work. I still do want to work for Cartoon Network. I probably shot myself in the foot either way. But like, oh, I really want to work there, and like I want to like draw in the halls and like work with all these like really cool people, because like I don't know, like at the time this was like the second big boom of Cartoon Network. So like Adventure Time is still airing, Steven Universe, Gumball, regular show, etc.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I think it's just like weird to see like such an iconic building go away, especially because I don't know, it was like kind of like a symbol for me, like a symbol of like dreams I want to achieve and stuff. So now it's gone.
Oh my goodness, yeah, no, right. I mean, a lot of people have dreamed of like working there, and it seems like such a fun place to be at. And then to see it gone, it's like, oh, okay. So what's going on now? Yeah.
Yeah, it's also just the physical building. Like they just moved to another building, but it's just like it's just weird because of like the sentiment and everything. Like that's why a lot of people are like, this is like so sad and everything. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it's
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, I don't know where their location is, but yeah, I wonder if it's.
I think it's still nearby. From what I understand, it's still like in the same general area.
It's not the iconic building. I wonder if it's like smaller or anything. I don't know.
It might. I think they share a building.
Yeah.
With another subsection. Don't quote me on that.
No worries. It just reminded me of that one post that Jellybox Studio posted with like Animation Workers United, because they wanted to spread awareness about the guild. Yeah.
Was it the one that's like Cartoon Network's dead?
Yeah, and everybody went crazy about that because of the wording and everything, but they like specifically said that like Cartoon Network is essentially dying. So yeah. So it's like it was just to to alert people, you know what I mean? To alert the masses and everything. So that, that caused a whole lot of, like, discourse and such. But, yeah.
It's just like a weird thing. I don't like that shows are being basically canceled from, like, the jump. Yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like that, also, too, with some of the decisions made. Specifically at Cartoon Network. That, like, this is, as much as I want to make this about, like, a general thing, I will just be mainly talk about, like, Warner Brothers stuff. Because that's the stuff I've been following the most.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
I think also, too, like, again, like, I don't agree with their decisions for moving, like shows that could very easily go on Cartoon Network, like, later in the day to Adult Swim. I don't really agree with that. So again, like My Adventures with Superman
Right.
could very easily be, it was going to be on Cartoon Network, and they moved it to Adult Swim. I don't know exactly why.
Yeah.
Because, like, they probably, I don't know if it was because they made an argument because of, like, violence in the thing, which would be a really weird argument to make, because I have seen more violent things on regular show
Right.
than in My Adventure with Superman, to be honest. I don't know if it's because, like, the characters are older, but then again, I would have to bring regular show. I'm bringing up a show that's been, like, hasn't been on Cartoon Network in, like, a long time. I'm trying to think of, like, a recent example. I don't know, it just, like, feels not like a weird decision, because, like, it being on Adult Swim isn't super weird either, but, like, they could have, and, like, I think they do kind of treat it as, like, I don't know if they treat it as, like, a bridge show. The two blocks, kind of like how, you know, like when you would watch, like, Cartoon Network when you were younger, and then it'll start playing King of the Hill to tell you to get out.
Yeah. Yes, that was me.
like, I don't know if they use it like that, really. But then also, I've heard, like, I know Unicorn Warriors, Eternal.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's rated, but I know some people said, like, this could have been on Cartoon Network.
Interesting.
I'm like, okay.
Haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah. I haven't either. I know some people have watched it and they say it's really good. I'm like, I shall watch it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It was originally supposed to be on Cartoon Network. Okay. That's interesting. This is why I should watch things so I don't talk about things without knowing. It is something I do wonder, like, why exactly? Because again, it's not even like a Samurai Jack season 5 issue or situation, not really issue, where like Samurai Jack season 5 was like, this could not air on Cartoon Network because there's actual blood, like a lot of it.
Absolutely.
I think people are naked,
think so,
like
yeah.
not like full frontal nudity, but like someone is naked at some point, I think.
At some point.
Then there's like,
it's been a hot minute.
There's a penis joke, but like a very explicit one.
Oh.
Not like again, it's not like full frontal nudity. It's more like someone just says like the robot says something about like a penis, I think. But like that was it.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a
that.
one-off joke,
Okay,
but like they wouldn't have made it on Cartoon Network. Like that makes, like, it makes sense for Adult Swim to get that season, and then plus, like, again, by that point everyone who watched Samurai Jack is older, so like that makes sense and stuff. I just wonder why Unicorn Warriors Eternal and My Adventures Superman got pushed to Adult Swim when they could have done it for Cartoon Network and really like kind of build back that audience. But also I know that Cartoon Network's been trying to skew a little bit lower in audience, which I also disagree with, to be honest. But like
yeah, no, I wouldn't know. Like it's pretty strange, like considering like My Adventures with Superman is like rated PG or whatever general audience rating TV is. But like I don't know, it's just really interesting to think about. And like how like obviously yes, like what you said about Cartoon Network being or trying to skew to more younger like audiences and stuff like that. It's like it makes it even harder for like shows that are like definitely more like general audience based or like stories that are like in that realm to be I don't know to be produced.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, do you know what I mean with like, you know, how you know, a lot of people like see animation still as like for just kids, you know?
Yeah, like I think we talked about this in like the first episode of the season.
Yeah.
I know I at least mentioned it because like there was a point where like there was no animation for like teens specifically. I mean, I feel like there is now. And in terms of like Western animation too, I should say. Like I think we're getting that, but I think also it's like, how do I explain this? It's like I feel like we don't get general audience stuff as much because they just put it on Adult Swim, because I don't think teenagers want to see themselves as children.
Yeah. Yeah.
Too. Which I'm not saying it's like teenagers' fault that, like, everything's gone
Teenagers,
downhill.
it's your fault. Yeah.
Like, I think it's just more so, like, I think with marketing-wise, like, they definitely have to do that, but also, it's, like, it still doesn't answer my question of, like, why move them to Adult Swim when especially too, like, you can't even, like, argue, like, oh, like, I'm gonna use My Adventure with Superman, like, a lot as an example. This is, like, the one, I watch that show. Like, I watch it. I have my little debriefs every week.
I mean, it's in right now, yeah.
My Adventure with Superman, the most intense thing I could think of is, like, how many times they shoot at Superman. Because they shoot at him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you can't say, like, oh, it's because of, like, that, like, the two villains, like, they both, like, they like each other and they're both ladies. Like, you can't say that because Steven Universe exists.
True.
Like, there's not really, like, adult content in the show either. Like, there's none. Unless you count, like, very brief fan service from, like, the first season of, like, Clark.
Yeah. Right.
You
Those
could
abs.
argue...
I'm sorry.
Oh. Just facts.
Go on.
Okay. You could argue that, like, I don't know, like, these characters are older. Like, I think that's, like, the only argument I can see. Because, like, they're all, like, 22, 23-ish. But even then, like, I don't... Like, instead of, like, being a more ambiguous age or, like, a funny animal, like, that's, like, the only time I can see that argument making sense to why they moved it. But even then, I don't think, like, I don't know. I don't think it was smart, especially for trying to preserve Cartoon Network. Like, because, like, right now, Cartoon Network, we have, like, Teen Titans Go, and we have, like, a lot of reboot projects, but I feel like those are also going to skew, like, not like Teen Titans Go and, like, Amazing World Gumball, like, those two are still going. I don't think they skew, like, older per se, but I think every other project that's, like, a reboot from them is skewing older. I think that's also what's hurting them.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the new projects, that were, like, recently announced and everything, like the Adventure Time movie, that's happening. There's also going to be, like, a prequel spin-off series with Finn and Jake. And then there's also going to be a BMO series with, like, that's definitely more, like, for their, like, preschool, like, audience. I don't know if Carnito is still a thing. Is that a thing?
I think it is, technically,
yeah. Okay, yeah. So there's that, and then a regular show series is happening, like a continuation? I'm not exactly sure about that one. And then Gumball is happening too.
The Gumball movie's finally happening.
Movie. I know. After so long and, like, so many delays or, like, the threats of, like, it not happening.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. There were just a lot of hoops to, like, witness. So yeah, no, I wonder if, like, these continuations of the, I guess, these, like, golden age, like, shows are gonna be more mature for its, the people that watched it, and now we're all grown up and everything. I wonder how that's gonna play out.
I think Adventure Time's the most obvious one to know how it's gonna play out.
That's true.
Not most obvious.
That is true, with, like, Fiona and Cake, right?
Yeah, like, I think Adventure Time and regular show probably will just, like...
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess for, like, context, if you've never seen either show, Adventure Time, they were both rated PG at the time. The early seasons of both of them are, like, kind of crazy.
Yeah.
For it being on, like,
definitely.
specifically a kids network, they were, like, crazy. Because they're saying, like, crap. It's sexy.
Yeah.
And, like...
and pervert.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And those are just the words, not even, like, what was happening on screen. I get why people's parents did not let them watch them. But, like, then they, like, mellowed out.
They mellowed out. After that coffee bean episode, they they calmed down a bit.
That coffee bean, like, the thing is, it's like, I don't think the coffee bean first. I think about Mordecai and the Riggies with Margaret and the shirt. And, like, that was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That whole episode was crazy. But,
Most definitely.
yeah, they mellowed out, but then with Adventure Time, especially since, like, you know, we're all old and haggard, they started making shows for us old and haggard people. It, like, grows up with the audience, which is fine. I like that. I love Fiona and Cake.
Yeah.
And then regular show also. Regular show just, like, it, like, got the movie, it ended, and then Close Enough happened. Close Enough also got canceled for things, I think, I don't remember if it was related to the merger specifically, but Close Enough also got canceled, and the mess that was, whatever.
Yeah.
Along with, like, the fungies and stuff. Yeah. I'm excited for both. I'm especially excited, for the regular show thing, because I'm curious, and also I like J.G. Quintel's stuff.
For sure.
Like, I enjoyed Close Enough, like, a good, like, I liked it. It was fun. It felt like a natural continuation of regular show. Gumball, I'm excited, I'm always excited for Gumball. I love Gumball.
Yes.
Gumball is, like, Gumball's, like, Family Guy for kids.
Oh my god, that's such a good comparison. Wait,
like,
I didn't...
especially humor-wise.
Yeah.
Like, not really, like, it doesn't have, like, a bunch of, like, cutaway gags or anything. It's just, like, if you watch Gumball and you've seen an episode of Family Guy, you get it.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I mean, considering, like, Family Guy, I don't know, it's been a hot minute. I'm not really a Family Guy person, but, like, just how meta it is.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of, American Dad recently.
Yeah.
So, I'm at least acquainted with the general Seth MacFarlane humor. Yeah, so I'm excited for the Gumball movie, also because, like, I've been waiting for this for a long, long time. Like, to the point where I was surprised when people were like, no, Gumball's still going. I was like, it is? They're like, yeah, no, they're just working on the movie. I'm like, still? I thought this was gonna be, like, the American version of the Yuri on Ice movie, low-key, where we never hear anything about it for years and years. We just keep hearing it gets delayed until it just gets canceled.
Oh my god, yeah, right.
But it didn't. It persevered.
Right, it survived.
Yeah, take that, Mappa.
Oh my god, yeah, no, it's... You know, it's really exciting to hear, like, very surprised. I don't know, did Gumball... Like, is there new episodes, like, going on right now? Or is it more like, it just didn't end?
I think it technically just didn't end. I haven't heard any, like, new episodes recently. The way I find out that there's new episodes of Gumball is when I hear that, like, the voice actors changed again.
Stop. Please, yeah.
I personally have heard any news about voice actors changing.
That's... yeah.
But I think they are technically still continuing Gumball, which is cool. It's kind of like, again, with Teen Titans Go, I didn't realize Teen Titans Go was still going on. Like, with new episodes recently. I was just like, I guess they are. I don't know, like, I just didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Really. It's kind of, but then also I'm, like, the same person. I didn't realize that, like, Victor and Valentino ended, like, a while ago. I didn't realize that.
Did it get canceled, or did it end? Or, like,
it got
I guess
canceled,
both. Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they did, like, 2 seasons?
Oh.
Maybe 3?
That's sad. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep track of, like, other shows that are in, like, somewhere. Because, like, Apple and Onion. Like, I like Apple and Onion.
Yeah.
I don't know the state of that show. If I just don't hear anything for a while, I just, like... I'm like, oh, I hope it's still going on. I'm just, like, really behind.
Right. We Bare Bears, I know that ended. But there was the Wee Baby Bears.
Baby Bears.
Yeah.
Why am I talking about Apple and Onion? Like, it's super recent. It aired in 2016.
Wow.
Dear Lord, Sheila.
I kind of feel... I feel the bones cracking right now.
Yeah. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah, no, We Bare Bears I knew ended because they had the movie and the spin-off.
Right.
Also, because I think, too, since We Bare Bears, I think is popular overseas, I think that's also a factor.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? What's there, like, outside of Craig of the Creek?
I'm just gonna pull up the list. This is us being educated in real time.
Right.
Because, like, yeah, I am Oh, right. Something crazy happened a few days ago. I don't know if we want to even talk about that on the podcast. Also, like, Cartoon Network is getting rid of their game section
Oh.
line. Like, they're getting rid of
Not
all
the
the games.
I grew up with the games.
It's mainly bad because, there isn't, like, a good, like, site for children. Like, there aren't, like, good, like, game sites for
No,
children.
really.
To, like, go on as much anymore.
That's sad
But
to hear.
like, I think also a lot of the games are made with Flash, too, so that might also be a factor, but, like, they had a while to get that together.
Right, yeah. Technology these days. I don't know. Whenever I see a kid with an iPad, I get scared. Like...
Me on the bus. Yesterday. Okay, so... this is also... Keep in mind, when we talk about Cartoon Network programming, it also encompasses, like, a bunch of different shows together. I don't know if that makes sense.
Do you have an example?
Huh. Oh, like, they're under different studios, but it's all on Cartoon Network as originals.
Gotcha.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, yeah, there's, like, a bunch of, like, new stuff coming. I'm so negative for nothing. We have so much to look forward to.
Okay.
Okay, so Craig Creek, it's ending.
Oh my god, no. You're gonna start crying.
I think
Yay for the Bears.
We Baby Bears, I think, is still continuing. Teen Titans Go, I'm pretty sure still continuing. Which is good. Let's all watch Teen Titans Go.
Yes.
Tiny Toons Lunaversity, which I've been meaning to watch for a while. It's like a spin-off of the Tiny Toons, like they're kind of like another spin-off of like Animaniacs.
Okay,
Looney Tunes. Yeah. Amazing World Gumball, of course. Oh, that's the one I was thinking of. The Heroic Quest of the Valiant Prince Ivanhoe.
I don't know that one.
So these two are like, it's like about a deer.
Gotcha.
And he's a prince.
Okay.
That's what I get from it. I haven't seen it. Sorry. Then we have like the cartoon Ito stuff. So like Bat Wheels, which I do know about, and then Bugs Bunny Builders.
Yes, we can. Doc? Like
Bugs
Bob the
Bunny
Builder?
Builders?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, like Bob yeah. Sorry.
Then Total Drama, of course.
Of course. Stream.
The Scooby-Doo show.
Oh, yeah!
Oh, wait, okay, no, this is repeats of ended programming. I thought the Scooby-Doo show was still going, though. Did it end?
Wait, which one? Is there...
The reboot... So there's literally a show called The Scooby-Doo Show.
Oh, okay.
And so it's basically like they meet, like the gang meets a random celebrity, and they do, like, a mystery with them.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
And so it got rebooted, like, semi-recently. I didn't realize it ended.
Oh, okay. Dang. I'm not caught up with any Cartoon Network stuff. What the heck?
So that's all of the stuff that is... So all the stuff I mentioned before Scooby-Doo show is stuff that is currently airing on Cartoon Network.
Gotcha.
That's original programming for the most part, except for, I guess technically Total Drama does not count, but it does because they are the ones that air Total Drama in the States.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So.
And then upcoming programming, which I'm actually excited for one of them, Ianu, Child of Wonder, which is going to premiere next year. It's based on a comic book series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's about Yoruba culture.
Ooh.
Which is really cool.
That is. Okay.
Yeah. Shout Nigeria.
Yes. Represent.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited about that one. I've been given hope. It sounds so petty. I am excited.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
I
You're
just
fine.
yeah. Then like the Adventure Time and regular show spin-offs. Go Go Mystery Machine.
Oh yeah, I was about to ask about the Scooby Doo anime thing.
I didn't even know, cause
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so behind. I'm
That's
usually
one
like,
thing I
oh
know.
wait, I did. I briefly heard about this. I briefly heard about it. Okay, I didn't see that much from it.
Yeah, there was like a whole, like, I think title screen
Oh,
for
and
it.
it's like a different cast too. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah. It looks interesting.
Shaggy looks adorable in this. Why does he
Yeah.
look adorable?
Yeah.
I'm gonna check it out, and then we'll see how it ranks on my Scooby-Doo show list. Tier list. Because I have that, I guess. I've watched so many Scooby-Doo shows. It's actually crazy.
The Scooby Doo Master.
I'm not, actually. I'm, like, barely one.
More than most people, I think.
Oh, and then, like, for preschool shows, Foster's Fun Time for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, yeah!
Um,
It's coming back to me.
I was like, oh, okay. Like, I'm interested in seeing what they'll do with it.
Right.
Then Hey Yo Bimo, which we talked about. And then Barbara throws a wobbler.
Why is Barbara throwing a wobbler? I don't even know what that means.
Oh, and then we got for acquired programming, Totally Spies, the revival.
Oh yes,
which
yes. Oh my god,
I'm pretty excited about. I've seen like a clip from it.
I'm hyped. Yeah, I've been seeing a few things. Gay people, like it's a cute art style that I really like, and it's like still 2D, which is great.
Yeah, like cute art style, new location too for them.
Ooh.
I was like, oh, I'm excited. I kind of miss like the really like that very specific trope of like girl spy cartoon.
Yeah, Kim Possible.
Yeah, there's like another one. Then the insurance lady, Esurance.
The insurance what?
Esurance Erin. She was like it was like a commercial girl, and like she did spy stuff. She had pink hair.
Yeah, it's not ringing for me.
And then there's another,
but I'll believe you.
There's like another one from that time too, where she was like a princess and a spy. It's like a separate thing. I don't remember the name of it, but I'm excited that that's coming back. Speaking of what's coming back, it's our best friend, and we love him.
Who?
Our best friend, Kait.
Our best friend?
Yeah.
You mean Molly?
No, not her.
Another best friend?
Yeah, Barney. Barney's coming back.
Barney? Oh, like the dinosaur?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Slay. Okay. Was he ever our bestie? Like...
Yes, he's our bestie. You had the shoes.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I had anything.
Photos.
But like,
oh my god.
But I did watch that show. I used to wrestle with my dad while the show played.
Obsessed.
Dylan's Playtime Adventures and Silly Sundays.
Okay. Was there more?
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Yay!
Yay. I don't know how I feel about like a bunch of these being like either like IP spin-offs or just spin-offs in general.
Yeah, no. I was gonna ask like with these projects that that are coming back, or like I guess like soft reboots, or like the comeback series, like I don't know, it's cool to have the original like creators come back and like expand on their own IPs. It's like building their own, I don't know, this sounds icky, like their MCU or whatever. Like I don't know, I feel like a double-edged sword right now, because it's like on one hand it's like really awesome to see things coming back, and then you also have like shows like animated shows, for example, like The Simpsons is still going on, right? And like but obviously that's like a family sitcom. Like Bob's Burgers is still going on, like that's a thing. And at the same time, like shows, for example, like Adventure Time and regular show, like had their own like endings to wrap the show up, when you have shows that are a little more like plot based, I guess.
Yeah.
Story based, episodic, and all that stuff. So I'm wondering if, like, you know, it's cool that, you know, our shows are coming back from, like, nostalgia and all that stuff, and or does that, like, you know, leave out creativity for more, like, original projects? I don't know. Like, I feel like we need to have some kind of balance or a little bit of both, you know?
Yeah, because out of everything I've read on this list, like everything, 5 shows, 6 if you count Craig of the Creek, are original. So that's like about half, I think.
Yeah.
Around half and half. I'm not counting Total Drama just because technically it is like a continuation, because Total Drama ended like the original run ended years ago, but they are counting this as season 6 before like people say like, well, Total Drama's there. I'm like, yes, I know. It's just because I consider this a continuation or a reboot more so.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's the one thing I kind of also like. I just wish, like, we weren't so over-reliant on reboots right now, because it's like, yes, I love these characters. Mm-hmm. All these reboots are stuff that I like and love, right?
Yes.
I just have limits. I want to fall in love with new characters and new stories and new worlds. It's kind of like the same feeling, like when like they announced like a new Avatar, The Last Airbender thing. I get more excited when it's when it's not just about the gang. Like, I get more excited if it's not just about the gang. Versus if it's, like, another thing with them.
For sure.
Because I'm, like, unless if it's, like, my solo Sokka movie for whatever he was doing in between that period of, like, Avatar and, like, before he died in Korra. Not a spoiler, because he's dead at the beginning of Korra. But, like...
Right.
I want to know what he was doing, if anything. But other than that, I want to see... Like, I'm like, oh, that's why I'm, like, more excited about, like, oh, new Avatar stuff. Or, like... anything not about the gang. I feel like, especially like a lot of projects that have been pitched to us now, we have like a lot of like gang content. Gang with 2 A's.
Yes.
Yeah, sorry.
Context, guys. Yes.
So I'm like, oh,
you're
okay.
Good.
Like, it's not like I'm probably gonna like consume every media with like Aang in it. I love Aang. That's my cousin. But
yes.
I have limits to how many reboots I can, or, like, continuations I can, like, take. Like, it's one thing to have, like, one of those franchises similar to, like DC and stuff, where, like, yeah, I'll, like, pick and choose what shows I want to watch. So, like, I like, again, My Adventure Superman. I like Harley Quinn, even though Harley Quinn doesn't get advertised as much as it should anymore, which is kind of crazy, because I didn't even know they had a new season come out. I think so, yeah.
Just recently?
It's either out or it's about to come out. Like, it's...
The marketing?
No, because the thing is, I think season 3 has such good marketing, too, because I remembered season 3. Because that was the one where they, like, recreate, like, that one famous painting with, like, the swing, I think. I think that's season 3. Yeah, no, it's like, I didn't even know there's a Kite Man spinoff. Like, I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
And it's like, I feel like I should, because I like the show Harley Quinn. And I know people who are really stuff to like the DC stuff, so I should know these things. Same thing with like the Suicide Squad isekai thing. I didn't even know that was a thing until like randomly.
Yeah.
Because people were like Amanda Waller dancing. I'm like, what do you mean Amanda Waller dancing?
What the? Is that what happens in the? I haven't seen it. I just remember seeing a little pop up.
Yeah, like I don't think I'm gonna watch it. Just because of, like, my own, like... I don't care as much about, like, the Suicide Squad stuff, to be honest. But,
yeah.
I'm just, like... I also am not hearing a lot from, like, stuff that is happening in some of these big Oh, what I was getting at was, like, some stuff I understand, but also I think, like, an oversaturation of just, like, spin-offs and franchises is really weird. It sucks because, like, there was such a push, especially, like, in the 90s and 2000s for, like, creator-driven stuff, that wasn't just attached to a franchise. That's weird seeing, like, us kind of revert back to, like, the 80s, where, like, everything was, like, kind of based on a toy, but instead of it being based on a toy now, it's just, like, we gotta expand the universe. We gotta do it. We got nostalgia. Don't you remember when you were a kid, you used to pick your nose and eat a bug? I bet you do. I bet you do.
I bet you do. Because we're bringing
Like,
it back.
that's the thing. Because, like, again, even, like, it's not even, like, saying, like, oh, I hate every single reboot. I don't.
For sure,
Currently very excited about an anime that I like coming back. Like, I literally cried when I found out it was announced. I just wish there were more newer cartoons that aren't attached to any kind of franchise or any pre-established, like, thing, and have them be able to thrive and gain a fan base and not get canceled after like one season. I don't think that's too much to ask.
Right. Facts. Yeah, like I agree with you 100%. Like it's one like I feel like we can be both excited for these new like projects to come out on the shows that we love, and we can also criticize that like hey, these projects that are coming out are definitely like they're getting a bit too much.
Yeah.
You know, we can criticize, you know, that there's a lot less room for more original creative stuff that we haven't seen before, you know. It's and that can definitely be a bit scary as we creators want to, you know, make something new for new audiences and everything. Like literally the only thing that I'm thinking of that like is original at the moment, like um but it's like a movie. It's a movie project that Matt Brawley and Rebecca Sugar are both working on, and it's totally
Oh,
like
right.
separate and different from their previous work. So I'm not sure what it is, but like I'm excited for that. Like I need more of that,
I'm
please.
excited
Like
too. Because it's
yeah.
like, I think the other thing is too, with like my whole gripe with the animation industry right now. Shayla's been complaining. That's the episode title. Shayla's complaining.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all complaining. It's yeah.
Yeah. Like, the other thing I also want to, from these companies, like, in addition to, like, let's introduce also, like, some new creators.
Yeah.
Crazy take. Because I think, too, the other thing, I'm just, like, of course there's, like, legacy creators, and of course this is just more so, like, oh, I want more different stories. But like also companies, when they go to the same people, are they allowing like these people to have different stories? But then also will they allow different people to write these? Because I was like
Right.
also thinking about this just because creator Samurai Jack, he got another show, which is great. Love his work. I love his work deeply, deeply.
Yeah.
But also it's like one of those things where I'm like, I'm so excited, but also I'm like, I do want, like, to look into different creators. Well, again, I know, like, entertainment industry is about connections and, like, who you trust. And, like, he's a very trustworthy guy in terms of making quality shows and,
Right.
like, things that really stick with people. So it's like, you can't, like, blame them for sticking to people that they trust versus someone that they don't know.
Right.
But also, I think sticking to that mindset all the time of doing people who are overly, like, who are, like, verified, have been verified for a while, can also kind of trap some things in a bubble a little bit. Again, this isn't like, I feel like I'm complaining. It feels like everything I'm saying is like a slight against someone. I don't mean it to be. It's just more so I also want there to be opportunities for different voices in all things. I also want, like, I don't know, like, the animation industry to be more accessible in general. Like, I don't think everything needs to operate out of, like, California. Crazy take. Crazy take. I think remote positions should be remote.
Yeah. Yes.
And not like a fake hybrid one. I think it's just more to, I want shows that aren't attached to something to be given a chance in some way.
Yeah.
Because, it's just, I think it's also just good in general for, like, the cycle, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, yeah, no, it's hard to find new creators, or like it's hard to be in the spotlight, like in the industry for some reason. Like obviously like what you just said about like trust and everything and entertainment and everything. Yeah, cuz it, you know, I mean as we're looking at this from like a I guess diversity, equity and inclusion like lens, I think it's very important to highlight like and give way and more opportunities for those marginalized peoples who like want to, you know, pursue their passions and such. And you know, that's still a hard thing to do, especially in this state of where this industry is at. And I think it's most definitely like thriving a bit in the indie animation scene a bit, that I've been kind of like noticing. But even then, like indie animation is very, very difficult to do, especially if you're like relying on like crowdfunding and everything. So it's a lot, and it's like, especially
Yeah.
since, and I think that goes into account of like companies like canceling shows immediately, right? With I'm just thinking of Inside Job, for example. Yeah, with the creator Shion Takuchi.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'm pronouncing their name right. And if I'm not, I'm sorry. Like obviously like they got help from Alex Hirsch, because I think Alex Hirsch is like a executive producer there. But like Inside Job was like such a phenomenal like show to me, at least, and I guess to a lot of people, obviously. And seeing that cancel after 2 seasons was such a disappointment to hear, especially like with this new creator that I haven't heard of. I mean, I think they worked on regular show like prior to this, so you know, yeah. But you know.
Yeah, no, I get that. One my show, I think, like that in recent years, it was called City of Ghosts.
Yes.
It's by Elizabeth Ito, I think.
Yes, yeah.
She did, Welcome to My Life. They're very similar. They're like kind of like a like a mockumentary style, very calming. City of Ghosts especially is just really cool from like a learning aspect.
Yeah.
And it's only like 6 episodes, and I was like, I don't know if it's gonna get like a second season. But I was really hoping, but apparently just got like canceled, despite like, you know, it got like a good chunk of awards too.
Yeah.
Which like I think also like when I don't believe awards are everything for a show. Like,
oh, definitely. But that shows something, you know, like a success, right?
yeah, like, but like if I still think it's such a weird decision too. Like, again, it's not like the most popular show on earth, right? If I go up to like a child and say, "Do you like City of Ghosts?" They'll be like, "What are you talking about? Get out my face!" But like, I think also too, again, like I think it's one, these companies don't want to give these shows a chance.
No.
Because they won't like promote it, they won't say anything about it, and then they're like, "Well, why didn't you do well on the show? Why are your ratings so low?" It's because you don't promote your show. Also, you don't give them a chance to succeed properly. Yep. Because you want them to be, like, like, the next big thing. You want them to be the new Stranger Things. You don't want them to be the new SpongeBob, like, off the jump. When, like, in reality, like, that's just not gonna happen for most shows because you need time.
Right.
You need some kind of time. And it's also just not helping, too, that, like, seasons are getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
Because the demands for workers are getting crazier.
So crazy, yeah.
It's still baffling to me that, like, now a storyboarding position is basically just, like, rough animation now. Mm-hmm. It's insane. Like, it's actually insane. Especially for, like, I get it to a certain extent, right? Like, for example, like, a fight scene, there could be, like, specific things that you want, so you add, like, more, like, drawings to showcase, like, how you want it specifically to look like. But, like, it's also just, like, it's not right, especially for, like, the wages for, like, storyboarding, and then also this isn't, like, again, I don't know, like, the ins and outs of, like, specific stuff. I'm not, like, properly in the industry. I'm still a baby.
Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm grown. But it's, like...
give or take, yeah.
yeah. Like, I'm a baby in terms of industry, and, like, also I haven't, like, properly been. But, like, I still think, like, I still can have, like, an opinion based on, like, hey, I don't think it's right that, like, storyboarders basically have to, like, rough animate a sequence when, like, their position is storyboarding and they're only being paid wages for storyboarding because of time constraints, and then also, like, of course, like, again, like, communication for, like, actual animation studios overseas. Right. And then that's, like, not even including, like, I don't know how it is for, like, if it's a show where you write while you're storyboarding, like you have two positions. I don't know if like that's different or not. And then again with like the evolution of like the storyboarding rule, it's like now like people will be like, oh well, I expect you to basically rough anime. I didn't expect you to like, you know, storyboard. And they're like, well, that's my job to storyboard. And they're like, well, no, it's not.
No, right.
It's getting ridiculous is what I'm saying. It's getting ridiculous. And like even like I like see it with like when I go on like LinkedIn or like a job website and it's like entry level position and it's like you need 3+ years of experience. I'm like, why do I need 3+ years of experience for an entry level position?
Otherwise it's not an entry level position.
Yeah, like it's like that basically.
What the heck?
Like I think like some of the demands are not matching up with the words stated.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of unfair things. And this is, again, not even counting, like... This isn't even, like, counting, like, roles that should be paid more in general, too. Color stylists, I think, get, like, kind of a short end of a stick, etc.
Yeah.
We need an overhaul. There needs to be an overhaul of, like, the system currently.
Yeah.
Especially, like, again, with, like, layoffs, and then also the, like, I don't know, like, I don't know how many companies are, like, experimenting with AI in terms of, like, animation exactly. I should say this. I want to say this just to clear up some things. There are some, like, I don't know how to explain it, though. I'm going to be really dumb explaining because I'm not a tech person. Me draw only. Like, there are, like, some systems with artificial intelligence that are helpful.
Yeah, right.
Usually when people nowadays talk about AI, we are talking about, like, things that are trying to replace, like, the creative process specifically, not, like, the technical process.
Yeah.
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 Like, I think that's where people tend to, like, get a bit confused. Because, like, for example, there's AI in your video games.
Right.
And there has been. Right? Like, I think that's where this has been getting confusing, because you'll be like, some people, oh yeah, I use, like, this AI thing to, like, help sort a code. And then people are like, you use AI? It's like, no, I'm just, like, it's just supposed to make my life a little simpler.
That's, like, part of the process. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's the one clarification I do want to make.
For sure, for sure.
I think especially now, where, like, people are like, oh, AI. Like, some stupid person. They were like, we made the first AI anime. And I'm like,
no, you didn't. What the heck?
Because, one, that can't exist. Two, the other thing is, too, it's like, oh, like, we just took images from the show. I'm like, so you just, like, stole images from a show.
Right.
And made them clunky and ugly looking.
Ew.
With 6 fingers on a hand. And you're calling it anime.
That
Crazy.
Sounds terrible.
Okay.
That sounds horrid.
Yeah, because, again, like, when people were first time, like, AI introduced into animation, everyone's just like, oh, they could probably just get rid of, like, some of the technical stuff.
Yeah.
Right? There's one example by someone, they're like, oh, I thought it might mean, like, when I do a turnaround, right? Because, like, turnarounds are tedious, right?
Right.
They're tedious to do because you're just drawing stuff over and over.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they thought it would just give them, like, a rough estimation of where stuff would be, and then they would fix it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, turnarounds are tedious. Like, that, it's just, like, a very rough example. Like, it's not like, hey, let's make a whole show using AI where we type in, like, oh, Big Boss goes to the beach. Like, no. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
Like,
no.
it's just frustrating, too, because, like, the only people pushing, like, AI-generated images, like, disguising as art, because at the end of the day, it's not art. Sorry.
You're not,
no, I'm
yeah,
not.
Don't
I'm not
be.
sorry. I'm sorry for a lot of this, but not that. Undermining the whole creative process, and, like, and this isn't just, like, for artists, it's, like, the main thing was, like, writing last year with AI, because, like, people were like, we can just do AI scripts, and everyone's like, please shut the fuck up.
That's why the strike happened. Come on now.
Yeah, that's why strike happened. That's why your favorite TV shows couldn't do it, because people undervalue who is actually creating the content that you enjoy to talk about, that you enjoy to watch, and they're not getting paid enough to make that content that you enjoy. The push, especially of it, like, it's, remember when, like, NFTs were a thing?
Oh my god.
And, like, they were pushing that so... Like, it's not... AI especially, I think, too, is just, like, scary in general, because, like, the way it's rapidly evolving. And that, like, it can actually lead to, like, very dangerous consequences, especially, like, with how realistic some of it's getting.
No. It's happening too quick.
Like, too quick, I think we should stop. Like, I don't... Like, personally, I don't think humans are equipped to, like, handle so much technology.
Absolutely.
To, like, we really aren't. But I think especially, like, with this, it's, like, getting scary. Like, visually. And then also, like, voice work, too, is getting affected by it.
Yeah.
Like, sadly, do I laugh when I see those little Marvel races and it's Marge singing Nasty by Tinashe? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. However, it's scary. I'm also laughing because I'm uncomfortable. Yeah. I'm deeply uncomfortable.
It's... Yeah, no, the whole voice thing is definitely scary. It's, like, yes, I also partake in laughing, when there's, like, a SpongeBob AI cover of something, but, you know, it doesn't beat the real Tom Kenny, you know? Like, I laugh at it because, like, of, like, you know, how sometimes, like, the voice, like, cracks because of, like, some kind of complication or note or something in the song, you know? It's... Yeah.
Because I remember, Megan Thee Stallion released a new album.
Yes! Stream!
I'm talking about a lot of people today. Because, like, the amount of people who asked during, like, Otaku Hot Girl, like, that song, they're like, is that line AI? Like, no, it's not. It's the voice actor for
They
YouTube.
got Adam.
It's actually him.
They called him up. She called him up.
They said, hey.
Yeah.
It's Adam McIntyre, right? That's his name?
Adam MacArthur. Who's the voice of Marco from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Yeah. Yeah,
they're like, hey, Marco from Star vs. Do you want to do your Yuji Itadori voice? It's not even that. It was from a TikTok from like a year or two ago, where he just replaced Jennifer Lawrence with Megan Thee Stallion, because as everyone was joking, it was Megan Thee Stallion. Like, yeah. And then she sampled that.
Yeah.
And then, like, the other day, I was listening to a Toad cover of Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan.
Yes.
And the fact that, like, the top comment was, like, I'm so happy this isn't AI and it's just someone actually doing the Toad voice.
Oh, slay.
Spoke volumes. Yeah, no, it was crazy.
That's awesome. That's when...
There's a lot of voice cracks.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
As Toad is. I mean, like, you know, AI doesn't beat the real thing. Like, come on. It's like, it should be common sense, but no. CEOs, higher ups want to be like, AI's the new thing, guys. And, you know, this is why we shouldn't, you know, hire more people and give money to more people. And this is why we should overwork our current employees right now. Like, it's getting way too out of hand.
They're treating people like machines, and we are not machines. Again, I think we have too much technology. Literally on my bed right now, I have my laptop, my phone, and my Nintendo Switch all next to me, and I think that's scary.
They're staring at you menacingly.
Yeah, because it's like, I'm like, yeah, iPad babies and iPad elders. I'm not gonna be ageist here.
My partner is an iPad elder. I don't know. Like, sometimes he's playing League of Legends. I'm like, babe, pay attention. Anyways, yeah.
I was talking about my grandma. My grandma is an iPad elder.
Oh, okay, slay grandma. Okay, yes, that's...
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Like, because it's like, I just think we have an over-reliance on technology especially, and like, that's why there's been such a push for AI, and like the Boston Robotics dogs. Like...
Dogs?
They're like the robot dog thing, like the robot things with like 4 legs, and just like a stick for a head, and they like jump, and like...
I don't like that description.
I don't know how to describe them.
I've never seen one. I've never heard of one.
I'll send it.
I love dogs.
I'll send it.
But I want a real dog, thanks.
Like, they're not realistic. They literally just look like robots. Like, it's...
Brr. Yeah, okay.
But, like, I'm more cool with stuff like that, because it's just kind of stupid. I'm cool with them in theory. I don't like them in execution.
For sure.
Especially because, like, some of the stuff they want to use them for, I don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, especially with creative jobs, like, I think it's such a weird push to be like, AI, let's just get AI to do it. Like, someone did, like, some AI South Park episode generator thing, and it was just like,
That
why?
sounds like a mess.
It was, because I'm like, look, it's just like undermining a whole process of making something. Like, I don't think you have to be a creative to like be appreciative of like working on something for a while. It's like when you work on a really old car, right? It's not so much like, it's not the same as just buying a new car, right? The exact same model. Like, you want to work on it because you want to take care of it. You want to make sure it's right. You want to your like thing, and then maybe you have a deadline, but like you just want it to be yours. And if there's people to help, you want them to also have input in the process because you might learn a lot from it. Versus just like spitting it out like that rancid gray Krabby Patty in that one episode of SpongeBob where it's muck and mucus.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sick of like CEOs always trying to like be like, well, no, I think this is the best because it's like if I said this, I probably have said this, but it's like if I said, I don't think there should be, what's something that will only apply to me? If I said to you, I think there should be peanuts in everything because everyone likes peanuts. Right?
Yeah.
It feels like that.
Context, I have a nut allergy. So, yes. Yeah. I mean, essentially, yeah.
And then let's say, like, everyone else I know has a nut allergy, and I say that, right? And then everyone's like, well, no, we have nut allergies, we can't do that. And I'm like, okay, fine. I'll get rid of all of you, and I'll get little robots that have no allergies and no taste buds.
Not the taste buds.
And let's have food. Like, this is like it was a really bad example. Basically what I'm saying is that, like, the undermining of people and their lives, especially, like, in our economy, it's crap right now. It's not right. Especially, like, if they're, like, these people are just they're putting themselves ahead of everyone, when at the end of the day, they're responsible for, like, thousands of people.
Yeah.
And their livelihoods. Because it's just, it doesn't sit well with me that people who are working animation have to take on, like, a second job just to get by.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's not right.
Absolutely not. Yeah. It's basically took the words out of my mouth, honestly. Like, I can't believe that, like, people have to basically take on more than they have to for their lives, like, right now. I mean, capitalism fucking sucks right now. I think, especially at this time. And, like, yeah. And, like, I think when it comes to companies, like, making, like, overwork themselves, like, for example, the storyboard situation that you mentioned, it's like these studios laid off so many people. Like, for example, like DreamWorks, right? Like, they like made cuts to their staff and departments and everything recently. And I don't know if they're, like, using AI, to my knowledge, but, like, it's, yeah.
Like, I will say this, I currently don't think, like, any major companies have been using AI, like, in terms of animation companies.
Yeah.
I don't think they have been, really. I think the only one that has might be Disney, for a promo post that they did around, like, Thanksgiving or Christmas, maybe. But also, I don't know if it's because they commissioned a person, that person used AI. Like, that's another thing. Sometimes, like, the company will commission someone who ends up using AI. I know Wacom, I'm pretty sure it's them. They got, like, an AI thing for their drawing tablet, ironically. Like, for a sale or something. It was a mess. But I don't think there has been, like, any public knowledge of AI use yet. I say yet, like, hopefully never. However, I think Disney, but not, like, the animation section of Disney, it was, like, the advertisement section, has used AI at one point. And if it wasn't Disney, it felt like something that was, it was a Disney picture.
Yeah. I mean, like, if it isn't AI, then it's, like, CEOs being greedy and want to be richer, right? Like, not wanting to give any more workers a higher pay and everything. And that's wrong. That's messed up. I mean, the whole Warner Bros. Situation and Coyote versus Acme project, like, never coming out ever.
Wait, I think that one get one of the Looney Tunes movies did get picked up,
okay.
I think, by Amazon. I think I don't remember if it's Acme,
Yeah.
like the Acme versus Coyote versus Acme one. I don't know if it is.
It might be. Or interesting.
Maybe. Also, bring back Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt. I know I talk smack about Scoob, but like, bring it back because like people have lives.
Residuals. They don't want people. They don't want to pay residuals.
Yeah, like that's the other thing too. It's literally like I don't want to think about residuals, especially for like live action stuff. Like I know it's a mess. Everything's a mess. Streaming messed up everything. Streaming's just overcomplicated cable now.
Right. I think streaming too, like, really pushed the idea that we need like more content like ASAP, which is why like I don't know. Maybe it's why like companies have like greenlit so many projects and decided to just cancel so many afterwards because I don't know, money or whatever, but it's like it ends up being such a like vicious cycle of so many other factors that affects workers and a project to ever come to fruition like ever. So yeah.
I highly encourage people to also invest in physical media if you can. I know it's harder for like newer shows, especially since a lot of them are just streaming, but I highly encourage, especially if it's like an older show, get physical media of it, no matter what. If you see it somewhere, just get it.
Right. It's another thing too, because it's like streaming is cheaper because it's digital and we don't have to invest in, making physical copies of anything. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, and then like if they take that show off of streaming, like if they do a tax write-off for it, you probably would never.
Oh, I was just saying, what happens? Like, lost media.
Okay, again, not animation. I'm pretty sure I also mentioned this in like our first season episode. This is like full circle. I'm gonna be complaining. A show I really like called Generation on HBO Max. I do use its full government name. That show I got written off like for tax. So I could not watch it for the longest time. And you want to know where I found it?
Where?
Of all places. Tubi.
Oh my god, yeah. I remember you talking about that, yeah.
Sometimes you also have to go on Tubi. My favorite streaming service of all time now. Because it's free.
Facts.
It's free and has the most random shows that I watched as a kid on there. They have Mobile Mysteries.
I don't even know. Outside of that, and pirating. Arg.
Yeah. Pirate, then burn it on a CD.
I mean, hey, that's the way to do it.
Make your own box set.
Yeah, honestly.
That's what I would do. If people know how to make, like, main menus and stuff. I know we usually do disclaimers and stuff, because, it's illegal. And then I joke and say, I'm serious.
This is that disclaimer. Yes.
Yeah, this is that disclaimer. Yes. Like, look, would I download a car?
Would I download a car?
If the car somehow gets deleted from existence,
yeah.
Because I have to. Because, like, what if we need reference of that car, but there's no reference from it?
Anywhere.
It's similar, it's like with music, right?
Yeah.
We have evidence of Taylor Swift saying spelling is fun because people downloaded the song before she removed it.
True.
Right?
I miss spelling is fun.
For reasons why people know that one line from Picture to Burn is still there is because people got the album on release day.
Yeah, or they found it on Goodwill. They found a CD on Goodwill.
Exactly. Like, we need physical media because we need to keep track of things also. Like, we can't just rely solely on digital media. Like, again, yes, I understand, like, you don't want to make, like, 1 million DVD copies of a show that only 2 people watched.
Right.
However, it would be really nice if you at least make it somewhat accessible. So then, if people decide to do illegal things, we could have DVDs of a show that 2 people only watch, and then more people could watch it, and then you could be like, oh, maybe it sparked up interest.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Right. Facts. I think people, too, like, undermine or, like, don't realize that libraries still exist, and that they're super helpful, and resourceful, and accessible to many people. Like, literally, I remember going to the library all the time because we would get DVDs from there and watch stuff that we'd be interested in. And, like that, yeah, basically what you said, like, physical media is, like, very important to have.
Yeah, I think also, too, another issue of our society is overconsumption, and libraries are a good way to curb that.
Yeah.
Because you'll get the thing. You have a deadline to finish it, low key.
That's true.
But also you can always renew if you need more time.
Yes, exactly.
Like, isn't that great?
That's
guys?
so nice.
Isn't the one thing that the government did well, but like is taking funding from, so great?
Yeah. I love this country.
Like, am I part of the problem? Yes, I am. I need to renew my library card 100%. But also, in my defense, I haven't been home for a while.
Yeah.
I'm back home now, so I should get one.
I haven't been in the library in a few years, but I will eventually. Arthur
was right. Having fun isn't hard when you got a library card, so we should all get library cards.
Bars, yes. That is the move. Visit your local library, everybody. So AI, that sucks. Boo. Yeah, like I really appreciate your explanation of like the differentiating of AI of like being a tool to us humans versus like replacing us. Like cuz I fully agree with the fact that like I want AI to be a helpful like resource for us if we need to. That's, you know, that doesn't take away people's jobs or like doesn't harm anybody or like literally doesn't steal any people's artwork. I saw this one comment on social media after looking, I forgot what post it was, but basically the comment was, man, I wish AI would just take care of my chores so I can have the creative capacity to work on my project. Like, I want AI to do my laundry. Like, I was like, yes, I want AI to do my dishes. Like, at times, you know, like, I mean, that's what the dishwasher's for, but like, you know what I mean. I have high hopes. Like, obviously AI is very scary. It's very prominent right now in this day of age, and technology is moving fast. I think there's been a huge collective complaint that, like, you know, AI bad. We should not, like, you know, move forward with this as humanity continues. And like I think I have high hopes for that too. There was this also one situation, for example, with voice actors that like there's this one voice actor that tweeted a few weeks ago they hired them because the company said that AI was getting a lot more expensive, so it, quote unquote, it would be cheaper to hire an actor. I guess, but yeah, so, you know, there's some kind of silver lining there. I don't think they said cheaper or anything, but it's like AI is expensive, so we might as well just pay a real voice actor to do this work. So, you know, it's
such a crazy jump.
It really is. It's I'm really hoping that we all can continue this collective fight against AI replacing any of us.
Yeah.
And I think especially with the tag agreement like expiring soon, and then there was the whole union for like entertainment just announced today that they ratified their 3-year contract again, which is like good news apparently, because it's like a higher pay, I think, but also it's like similar to the SAG-AFTRA contract where there were some like good things that came out of it, but then there was this whole concern of like AI still there that, you know, people are still worried about, that there isn't enough protection against AI in their contract. So that's what's been happening with the entertainment union itself, the ITSE union and everything. So yeah, there's just some weird, crazy loopholes that happened with that contract today, because it's like there's like the concern that AI will still be used for like training, which is weird.
The only time I've seen AI used in a way for like training that made sense in my brain was for the Undergrads movie. Undergrads was a show on MTV in the early 2000s. The creator is making his own movie of it since it got canceled early.
Yeah.
Basically, he's making it 3D instead of 2D to kind of save a bit of time, but like he wanted it to still look 2D. So what he did, he basically like drew a bunch of photos of like his characters, like because he had to draw over like the show. screencaps of the show screencaps are like super low quality and stuff or
Mhm.
something. So then it could get like the fixed line weight done properly when it's in 3D. And that's the only time it made sense to me for using something like to train it.
Yeah.
Like the only time where I was like, I understand it if you want like consistent, like if you want it to be as consistent as like the show and is your own art, but also I know in the wrong hands this would be so bad so quick. It like that's how I felt about it.
Yeah. Right. That makes a lot of sense in that context. Because you are the creator, you know?
Yeah, there was like a lot of sense in the context. He was like experimenting with it, and I think like I have to rewatch the video. I need to rewatch the video too. But like I know that he mainly trained it on his own art, mainly for like the line width stuff. Just so then in like when it's like in the 3D program, it looks more consistently like 2D instead of like I know like sometimes with like the like when you're doing 3D styles with like 2D line weight thing, I don't know how to explain it. Again, I'm not a tech person, so also if people with like specifically like kind of expertise want to jump in, just let me know because I'm curious.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It made that was the one time where it made sense for like a training program with AI. Like the only time it made sense to me why you would need to use it.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, AI is just like takes up way too much energy. It's like it's literally like NFTs in terms of like energy and environment consequences. It's crazy.
Yes. Yeah, I literally wrote my notes. Takes a lot more energy. Like those big generators. Like I've never seen an actual photo of like the real AI kind of like system, but I was like, what the heck? I don't like that. That seems like a lot. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. Like yes, like that example you just explained is like, you know, they kind of used it as like a tool to help them,
Yeah.
you know? Like it's not. Yeah. There was something that I looked at that it was literally the first commercial that was like used by AI or like OpenAI or something like that. It was like a Toys R Us commercial.
Oh.
Very surprised that Toys R Us like it's still a thing, but they're okay, interesting. It's kind of scary. It's a little scary because it's like, yeah, no, the whole thing was just made out of AI, and it involves like a kid.
I already don't like that. I already don't like that.
It's yucky. I watched it and I was like, this looks horrible. This looks so low quality. And then you have like the giraffe moving too, like the little animation thing. I was like, oh god, that's not.
The moment people started doing AI animation was the day the world died. I'm being so. I hate it. Like, I'll sometimes get like, oh, anime character dancing to popular trends song, and I'm like, and it's like their hand is fusing with their suit. I don't like it. I don't like when people do quote unquote AI animation.
Yeah.
It always looks bad. It always looks wonky. Ugh.
Yeah. It's absolutely yucky. I get a bit scared. Not a bit, a lot. when I see like AI generate people,
Oh god.
like real life people, like that freaks me out a bit. It's I don't know how they generated that kid, like if they took like images of like children, and I'm like, if they did that, then that's, I don't know, that just that whole process scares me. It's why do companies not want to hire people, like real people, and you know, want these people to like just take their time with these projects? But no, it's because of greed and they want things immediately. It just sucks. It sucks.
I don't know why my immediate word of choice in my brain was like, I wish the Industrial Revolution never happened. But like
Quote of the day. Yeah.
But like again, I wish like we as a society didn't evolve tech. It's not that I wish we didn't evolve technology so much to this point. I just wish we weren't so reliant on it to the point where we're like, let's fire people and not make a new job.
Right.
It's like getting so expensive. We're raising rent, value of like money, inflation. That's what I'm thinking about. Inflation.
Yup.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's getting a bit concerning, honestly. Like I have a feeling that like I think too, like the pandemic and everything just messed everything up. And then, I don't know, I feel like we're gonna reach some kind of, like, fingers crossed we don't, but, like, or, like, things just don't get worse, but, like, I'm expecting some kind of, like, economical, like, crash to happen in this country. Like, it's just getting way, way too much, I think.
Yeah, like, I think it's also just weird, too, for animation.
Yeah.
Literally because during, like, lockdown, animation was saving companies.
Absolutely.
I think that's why also I'm just like, why are we having this discussion of people getting laid off, everything? Like, again, like, granted, during, like, lockdown, especially with opportunities and stuff to do animation and certain things, maybe it's also just because, like, too, when I follow a lot of, like, Black creatives, and, like, this is also, like, during protests, so everyone's like, Black creatives, give us your portfolio and we'll let you know, and they just ghost people. Maybe that's also why I'm like, but it's just a weird thing. Like, 4 years later, that it's such a mess.
Right.
Is embarrassing.
Right. Like, this is the payback that the animation industry gets when they're the ones that, like, carried during the pandemic. Like, that's messed up.
It's crazy. And, like, I don't know. I more so am disappointed because I am hopeful. I think that's just how, I think also that's how my personality is. I talk very negative, but at the end of the day, I'm so hopeful and cheery, and I like to skip and frolic.
Yes, as you should.
When negotiations happen, I hope that the demands are met, and that there are proper conditions on all fronts. Because if there's not, then of course there'll most likely be a strike. But, like, also, why die on the hill of, like, overworked people, AI, no new idea? Like, why die on that hill?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's my main question.
You really want to be known to be that person? To make people suffer? Like, really now? It's,
like, genuinely ridiculous. Like, I don't... Yeah, also, open up more, like, animation programs for people, because, like, I was looking at animation programs to apply to, because, like, I look at both, like, big companies and, like, smaller places. So when I was looking through big companies, I don't know if Cartoon Network does, like, theirs anymore.
Yeah.
Because, like, when I looked at it, I was like, this is, like, the same exact, like, thing from last year.
Right.
So I don't know. Like, I'm just, like, wondering, too.
Yeah, I really hope that companies don't cut their programs, because then how are the opportunities gonna open for people? Like,
I mean, you can also just apply for a job. I know, like, it's easier to get a job at Nickelodeon than to apply for the artist program. I'm aware of this.
True.
But also, it's like, what if people want to do the program? Crazy take. What if people want to technically work under people instead of, like, a colleague for once?
Yeah, right.
Like, I don't know. Like, sometimes people just want to do that. And it's not a crime. A lot of things should be crimes, in my opinion. But that one especially is not a crime.
Yes, exactly. I also just think that programs are a lot more accessible that way too, versus just, like, one position that everybody's trying to fight for, versus, like, a program that, allows a lot more applicants. So
yeah, also positions too. I feel like the animation industries, they're always like, oh, we know a person, let's just get them in it, and then they never take down the position from online.
That's so annoying.
Is more annoying. Yeah, I just wish, like, animation industry wasn't so, like, in an ideal world it wouldn't be so much connections, and if you know people,
right,
it's like, oh, I know someone from the Bay. Like, sometimes you don't, like, sometimes, I don't know, it feels, gatekeeping is not the exact word I'm looking for, but, like, it's the closest word,
right,
which kind of sucks.
It does, yeah. But hey, also speaking from, like, family members that, like,
aren't in the industry and even aren't necessarily, like, creative either, like, it's hard for me, at least, to, like, navigate all of that by myself.
I'm in a fortunate position where my family, even though, again, I don't think they totally get it either, because, like, people are like, you have to work your way up. I'm like, it doesn't work like that here. I'm like, I can't, like, join as a janitor and then work my way up to drawing. Like, I don't think it's how it works now. We had technical difficulties again.
We so are. On our finale too.
We are being censored.
Yeah. See, this is why technology is failing us right now.
Yeah, you know what?
Exactly.
That's fine.
Proving our point here.
technology bad. Technology's not that bad. It's fine. I like it.
Yeah, we're just saying
Yeah.
AI, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I hope, like, post negotiations and everything, like, animation, A, industry-wise becomes more, like, accessible,
Yes.
and B,
Yes.
is still human.
100% agreed. Honestly, the best we can do right now is to keep us informed and keep us updated. Make sure to follow, all the animation pages, the guild, the animation guild, IATSE, even though, we're having some problems with her, but, it's good to be informed. There's also Animation Workers United as well on all socials. And, just being in the know, like, I mean, obviously, Shay and I, we aren't part of the industry right now since we're still babies. But, it really helps to continue sharing, liking, showing your support one way or another to any of your capacities that y'all have. And if it gets to the point of the strike, make sure to support however you can.
Yeah. I also encourage, if you're able to, again, I'm pro piracy if needed.
Arrgh.
However, if you do have a favorite show and you do have the means to support it, I would say support the shows that you enjoy. And even, like, even if you, like, low-key, if you think a show is garbage, still watch it. Or at least, like, don't be that person that's, like, when it gets canceled, in the event it gets canceled, you are like, oh, good, because the government show. Don't be like that. Don't be like that, because people just lost their jobs.
Right. Like, behind these shows, regardless if they're good or bad, like, there's still people behind this.
Like, I don't like some shows and movies. Crazy, I know. But if I don't like something, I try not to be like, good riddance, because I know people work behind it. Like, yes, like, let's say, like, writing-wise, I might have, like, an issue with it, but I'm not, it's more so just, like, I feel like you could do better.
Yeah.
Because you made it this far, I feel like you could do better, and this is coming from an audience standpoint of this.
Right.
Like, that's usually how I feel about things.
Yeah. Like, we all have our opinions. It's normal.
Yeah. Like, even, like, when I was, like, in school, and, like, someone will list what they were working on, like, if they're, like, a professional, and, like, people get excited about one show, they really like it, but then they hear a show that they hate, and they just don't say anything. It's not nice. People work on shows sometimes, and, like, it's a job. At the end of the day, people need jobs.
Yeah. They get that paycheck.
Yeah, all is to say, support your shows, and then if you don't like a show, just be nice about it.
Yeah.
Like, don't be a weirdo.
Don't be a straight up hater.
Yeah, if you don't like it, you can voice that you don't like the show, but, like, don't be like, good riddance. All these people lost their jobs.
Right. Exactly.
Crazy take.
A very important take. Thank you.
Yeah, like, because, like, I feel like I've done that before unintentionally, but, like, now I'm like, no, people need money, people need work.
Yeah.
Shows exist. Not every show's...
We've grown as a society.
Yeah. Sure.
I hope.
But yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say. Support shows if you're able to.
Support, share, spread awareness. That's all we can really do, and continue the fight, because, it doesn't just end with the writer's strike.
Yeah.
I think that really helped, like, spark a wave of, like, unions, like, just in general, like, outside of, like, entertainment, like, a whole, for, like, just jobs in general, in the job market and everything.
Yeah.
For, like, workers' rights. I
will say this, we are reliving 2008 as a country.
Actually, though, you're not.
We had a writer's strike.
Yeah.
Recession. And as a result of recession pop. We're getting fun pop music again.
That's one good thing,
That's
yes.
the good thing, yeah. So let's hope that, I hope we're in, like, another big renaissance in animation. Oh, also support indie animation. I don't know, that's, like, a no-brainer, but, like, indie animation's really cool.
Yes. Like,
obviously we can't really talk about indie animation completely here, because we're talking about, like, really guild, and again, like, since the demerger, is that a word? I don't know. Since, like, the WB thing happened again, at least my laser focus was on that. But indie animation's also really cool. Support it. Sometimes, like, the coolest things come out of just like some guy. Indie animation is really cool. If people want recommendations, ask someone.
Yeah, definitely out there. Support all kinds of animation is the goal here. Yes. Were there any other thoughts?
I don't have anything. I got everything out of my system. I talked a lot this episode.
No worries, yeah. I think that's all I got too, so we can just wrap up. Thank you all so much for making it this far into our season finale. This has been such a really in-depth conversation about the future of animation and what's at stake and what we can do to support the industry and the community itself, and to see a lot more new stories and projects come into fruition one day. So let's be informed, let's be aware, but also let's have that collective hope that this community and this art medium will continue to thrive and be appreciated more. But yes, we'll leave all the resources that we mentioned today so you guys can be informed and follow these pages. If you all have any suggestions as well, please let us know in the comments below, whether it be resources or indie animation that you'd like to share. As we're recording this, it's like going to be Indie Animation Day, I think, pretty soon, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Continue and support your creators however you can. And let us know what project you're also excited for. We'd love to hear.
Also, let us know if we missed any. We definitely did. Well, I definitely did.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate having this conversation, Shay. I can't believe we're in the finale. Oh my god. I'm emotional.
I'm just surprised. No, I'm not surprised that this took us this long.
We finally made it, one way or another.
You know what this means?
Popping bottles?
Bottles and champagne.
Yeah.
I was gonna say 2-year break, but like...
Oh. My grave.
Huh?
Wait, did you say grave?
No, 2-year break. Oh my goodness. Caitlin.
I was struggling in this episode, everybody.
It's okay.
Technology bad. It just continues to prove our point. Anyways. Thank you all so much for listening to the 1224 podcast. I'm Kait.
I'm Shay.
And we'll see y'all in the next episode, next season, whenever that might be, because we're going on a hiatus for a little bit.
I don't know.
Yeah, this has been the end of season 3. We did it.
Wow.
I'm gonna high five you, Shay,
Haha.
from a distance. Yeah, at the studio. We're in the studio right now. Duh.
We're always in the same room
We're
all the
always-
time.
All the time, 24/7.
We are not
We do not go
states
insane.
away.
Exactly.
My mic is not bad.
Like, my mic has not been having technical difficulties this whole time. Like,
Yeah.
Everything's fine. And we have Craig. I keep mentioning a Discord bot. Anyways,
Yeah.
thank you all again, and see
Bye.
ya!